Good Monday evening and welcome to the Ncwlife Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window. And after a very cool day yesterday, only 61 degrees, not a lot warmer today, even though we did climb into the mid-60s as we look down at the Wenatchee Valley from our Badger Mountain Sky-Fi Tower camera. And you can see a few clouds. They have been rolling in and out of our area throughout the afternoon. We will see more clouds as a cold front begins to move, and that will happen especially tomorrow. And as it moves a little bit closer to us, we are going to see the winds pick up. We will see some showers, not so much here. Most of the shower activity will be to our east, but we will see a steady wind, 15 to 25 miles an hour, with gusts in Wenatchee as high as 36 miles an hour. That's for tomorrow afternoon and early evening. And beyond that, we have some showers to tell you about, and we'll do that coming up a little bit later on in your weather forecast. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. An online death threat directed toward the Wahluke High School's homecoming resulted in the arrest of a student last week. And the Grant County Health District issued an advisory for the public to avoid contact with Potholes Reservoir because of blue-green algae. But first, we begin tonight. A Washington State tree fruit industry official says he is cautiously optimistic that a new trade agreement with Canada and Mexico will benefit local growers. Washington State Apple Commission President Todd Fryhofer tells Ncwlife News the president's announcement is positive news, but the devil's in the details. He spoke with Ncwlife's Steve Hare after the agreement was announced today by President Trump.
Mexico is our #1 export destination, with over 40% of all of our exports going to Mexico. And Canada, up until this year, has been our #2 export destination. So having a responsible agreement in place is very critical to the Washington agricultural industry. So we're very excited about this.
Obviously, the devil's in the details, huh?
Devil is definitely in the details. I think we still have 60 days before we know what that final outcome may be, and we have to have congressional support, not only here in the United States, but in Canada and Mexico as well. So the road is long, but the first step is very positive.
To your knowledge, does this new deal with Canada and Mexico remove the duties that you're currently paying to get your apples into market?
As you alluded to earlier, Steve, the devil is in the details. I do not know that for sure. My expectation is yes, it should take off the 20% duty that we're under currently and provide us, again, duty-free access into Mexico.
The proposed trade deal is expected to be signed by the president in November and then forwarded to Congress for final approval. Meanwhile, 4th District Congressman Dan Newhouse says under this deal, Central Washington wheat farmers gain fair treatment and dairy producers gain greater access to that Canadian market. An online death threat directed toward the Wahluke High School's homecoming has resulted in the arrest of a student last week. Wahluke school officials and the Grant County Sheriff's Office investigated the threat and were able to connect an internet provider address to a suspect. After further investigation, that suspect was arrested and booked into the Grant County Juvenile Justice System. The Sheriff's Office does not believe there is any credibility to the verbalized threat, and there was no evidence for a formalized plan or any actual preparation. Wahluke's homecoming week starts this week. Well, first Moses Lake, now Potholes Reservoir. The Grant County Health District late last week issued an advisory for the public to avoid contact with Potholes Reservoir because of blue-green algae. A recent water sample taken by the State Department of Ecology showed toxin levels higher than state recreational guidelines. Less than 2 weeks ago, the Department of Ecology issued a similar warning for Moses Lake. Caution and warning signs have been posted around public access points to the reservoir and will remain posted until the algae toxin levels are below guidelines for 2 consecutive weeks. Pets and livestock are also at risk of illness or even death if the water is consumed. Well, coming up next, the Washington State Department of Health is urging people to get vaccinated for the flu this year as soon as possible. Dozens of people gathered on the Wenatchee Pedestrian Pipeline Bridge Saturday to bring awareness to mental and substance abuse disorders. And longtime children's advocate for CASA, or court-appointed special advocate, Sue Baker, is retiring. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the Ncwlife Evening News.
Eastern Washington, it's a great place to call home and a great time to own a home. It's the ideal place to lay down roots for your family and your future. CASA Credit Union thinks Eastern Washington is a great place to own a home too. That's why we offer all kinds of home loans with personal attention every step of the way. We're your home. For home loans, we're CASA Credit Union.
It's a free walk-in job search assistance center. It is designed to help job seekers with the tools that they need to find a job. We have partnered with libraries in 5 other cities providing the same types of services that we offer here, just there.
Just walk in, we have laptops, and we can help you with resume, cover letter.
All of our services are paid for by the revenues earned in our store. Goodwill is just a tool that the community is using to help their neighbors find a job. Goodwill, there's more behind the store.
Bob's Burgers and Brew in Wenatchee. Only the best. Bob's Burgers and Brew in Wenatchee. Only the best.
Welcome back. In another news, last year was one of the worst flu seasons on record in Washington, yet only 61% of the state's teens and children were vaccinated. Because of that, the State Department of Health is urging people to get vaccinated this year as soon as possible. According to a Health Department news release, influenza is a highly contagious and serious disease that can cause moderate to severe illness and can lead to hospitalization and even death. Last flu season, 296 people in Washington died from influenza-related conditions. Young children, pregnant women, people with chronic health conditions, and people 65 years and older are at higher risk from complications of flu, though anyone can get flu, including healthy young people. The State Department of Health said it provides all recommended vaccines at no cost for kids from birth through age 18, available through healthcare providers across the state. Most health insurance providers cover the cost of flu vaccinations, which are widely available at pharmacies, clinics, and physicians' offices. Dozens of people gathered on the Wenatchee Pedestrian Pipeline Bridge Saturday to bring awareness to mental and substance abuse disorders. The Hands Across the Bridge event was held in conjunction with National Recovery Month.
If somebody is looking for recovery, how are they supposed to find it if it's entirely 100% anonymous? How are they supposed to find it if people don't know where to access it and people have never seen a living, breathing example of recovery? And so that's what this is all about, is bringing recovery out into the community, having recovery on the news, having social media campaigns that celebrate the miracles of recovery and making that be the narrative, because that is our narrative. There are 23.5 million people in the United States in long-term recovery from addiction, and we need to start telling that story.
Sponsored by Washington Recovery Alliance and Central Washington Recovery Coalition, the event included guest speakers who shared their stories about overcoming addiction or struggles with mental disorders.
You know, and one thing to us, to all of us, is recovery matters. You know, recovery makes a difference in our community. You know, and on the other side, we talk about miracles in the programs that we work. You know, so on the other side of the wristband, it says, recovery is the miracle.
Chelan County Superior Court Judge Kristen Ferreira also addressed the group, explaining how the county's new drug court works.
I will just speak a little bit about drug court, and I'm excited about the drug court too. We've started in June, and we do, one of the things that we really focus on is we're starting from what the system's been doing hasn't been working for most folks. And so this is just a step in the right direction. It isn't perfect, but it's going to help more than what we've been doing. And I do think, again, that the voice of people and the support of people in this coalition is going to help us be successful and to find even better ways. So we're going to hopefully constantly be evolving so that we can provide that support and get that help from people who have lived through it, who will know what the steps are needing to be taken to get people into recovery.
Saturday's event culminated with a picnic at Walla Walla Point Park. Longtime children's advocate for CASA, or court-appointed special advocate, Sue Baker, is retiring. Baker was a guest on this morning's Wake Up Wenatchee Valley program, where she said CASA is in great hands and it was simply time for her to step aside.
I've been doing this a long time. Started the program in 1994, and you know, since the article says it, I'm going to soon to be 75. I've been doing this a long time. You know, it used to be you retired when you're 62, 65, and it's time to turn the reins over and, you know, get some new blood, and yeah. So
you would not be retiring if you weren't confident that CASA is going great guns and they don't really need you anymore.
They do not need me.
Yeah.
We're in the process of hiring a new executive director. I should pretty much know this week. And it's, you know, it's the time for change. We've seen a huge increase in the number of kids coming in, which is unfortunate. And hopefully we can, you know, spread our service and do more.
The 74-year-old Baker says CASA served almost 200 kids in September. She says a new executive director should be in place by the end of the week. You're watching the Ncwlife Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the Ncwlife Evening News. Stay with us.
Hello, and what is up? Welcome to Career Shift Business Edition. I've got 3 choices: certificate, associates, and bachelor's. I'm going associates. And I'm enrolled. Stay alert, this game moves pretty fast. Whoa, exams almost did me in. I'm back on track and picking up speed. And I'm in the home stretch. Degree complete, and I'm ready to go to work. Charter helped me make that career shift. Your turn.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Arctic Refrigeration and Heating, serving North Central Washington, is proud to offer the finest heating and cooling air quality products along with prompt and professional customer service since 1984. Regardless of the temperature outside, Arctic is here for you. Arctic offers a variety of services: residential and commercial heating, air conditioning, commercial refrigeration, as well as planned fall and spring maintenance for the overall well-being of your system. Call Arctic Refrigeration and Heating for your heating and cooling needs.
Welcome back to the Ncwlife Evening News. Nearly 300 kids from throughout the valley spent part of their Saturday learning about the great outdoors. In tonight's feature story, Ncwlife's Eric Granstrom was on hand during the 2nd annual Youth Hunting and Fishing Day, put on by the Wenatchee Sportsmen's Association. Take a look.
It's the Youth Hunting and Fishing Day, and Keith, another great turnout here today.
Yeah, it was fabulous again. We had just about the same amount of kids this year. It turned out to be just perfect weather, and I can't thank the North Central Washington Gun Club enough for letting us have this event here. They've been great to work with, and without this site right here, to put this thing on for the kids, you know, it doesn't happen. So thanks to the gun club for helping us out with that.
Well, you got some great donations as well, not only merchandise, but you got some cash donations along the way too.
We did. Once again, the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation gave us $2,000, and so, you know, we're buying ammo, we're buying food for the kids. Just tremendous support from the Elk Foundation. Dryden Gun Club gave us $500. Cashmere Valley Bank donated money. The list is really long, and I don't want to leave anybody out, but just a great community effort to produce a quality day for kids and introduce them to those things in the outdoors that a lot of them might not have the opportunity to get to experience.
Like behind us, they got the trap shooting that's going on, where kids can actually come out here hands-on with professionals, shoot a shotgun, shoot a rifle, shoot bows and arrows, and the looks on the faces of these kids have never done that before, and then having success at it, I mean, it's priceless.
It really is. And you know, there you go. We had Department of Fish and Wildlife and some of their volunteers here to take part with the hunter education, and so the kids they get to learn a lot, but they have a blast doing it. So it doesn't get much better than that, that's for sure.
Well, it's all about hands-on. It's all about getting out and being introduced to the great outdoors. And the Wenatchee Sportsmen's Association does that on an annual basis. And again, thanks to the Gun Club for having us up here up at Fancher. And, well, we'll do it again next year.
Sounds good.
Ooh, that was pretty good.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Looked like a beautiful day for Kids Hunting and Fishing Day, didn't it? It wasn't bad Saturday. Today a little bit warmer than Saturday though, as we take a look at our beautiful weather window. 66 degrees our high temperature today, which is just a little bit below where we should be for this time of year. 70 is normal. It's 49 our overnight low, just a couple of degrees warmer than where we should be. 47 is normal for this time of year. Record high 87 degrees set back in 1992, and 35 our overnight low set in 1983. No new precipitation. We're staying at 4.41 inches. That's January 1st to today. That could change though, and we'll tell you about that in a second. Sunrise this morning, now at 7 a.m. Sunset is at 6:40. As we put our surface loop in motion, we can show you what you can expect through the week and as we make our way into the upcoming weekend. By the time we get in tomorrow, a weak cold front will move through the state. We talked about it earlier, and we are going to see very windy conditions, possibly gusts up to 36 miles an hour on Tuesday, steady wind 15 to 25 miles an hour. On Wednesday, those isobars a little bit more spread out. When they're tightly packed like that, that's where we see the wind. Wednesday won't be so bad. Thursday should be a decent day as well with partly cloudy skies. We will stay on the cool side though, with temperatures mainly in the 60s this week. As we move into the end of the week on Friday, partly cloudy skies, but we will see a chance for showers, especially late in the day and into Friday evening. A 30% chance of rain here in the Wenatchee area as that low pushes that moisture right across Washington state. Saturday, our best chance for rain at 40%. As you can see, low pressure spinning that moisture into Washington state. Even some scattered snow flurries in the northern mountains of Washington. As we move into Sunday, you can see all this storminess begins to move into the central Rockies. We could see up to a half foot of snow over there by the time the weekend rolls around. And then high pressure, remember clockwise rotation around that high will bring us a little bit better weather on Sunday. Mostly sunny conditions and mild with highs then in the mid 60s. Let's take a look now at that quick lube and tune forecast. Tonight we'll drop down to 51 degrees. 70 for our high temperature on Tuesday, mostly sunny, but keep in mind we are going to see very windy conditions late in the day on Tuesday and into Tuesday night. Cool temperatures for Wednesday at 63. We'll see lighter winds then. 44 our overnight low Wednesday. Look at that overnight low as we get into Wednesday morning. That's right, 39. Jumping ahead to Thursday, partly cloudy and cool, 64 for our high, 43 the low. Friday, another storm system begins to move in. We'll see partly cloudy skies and a chance for maybe a late night shower on Friday. And then Saturday, as I mentioned, our best chance for rain, mostly cloudy, a 40% chance for showers and 61. Back to mostly sunny conditions on Sunday with highs then around 66 degrees. And that's a look at your local weather. Coming up next, Eric Granstrom with sports and more as the Ncwlife Evening News continues right after this.
Sir, I pulled you over today to ask you one thing. Is it true that Apple Valley Honda has a free lifetime warranty on every new Honda?
Officer, I'm glad you asked. Our lifetime warranty comes free on all of our new Hondas. That means you won't have to pay a dime for any major expenses. That could save you thousands. And no, you do not have to service with us. It's a great peace of mind, officer.
Wow, My wife and I have wanted the new Accord. We'll see you this weekend.
Choose the pros, Alignment Pros. When your vehicle needs brakes, shocks, struts, or alignment, choose the experts in their field. Alignment Pros and Express Lube with a 5-star rating. The work they perform on your vehicle is as impeccable as their shop. With state-of-the-art equipment, Alignment Pros can handle all large or small vehicles, specialty cars, lifted or lowered. Alignment Pros does them all. Keep your car in top shape at Alignment Pros and Express Lube in East Wenatchee.
Hi, Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. When you think of Alpine Air in Wenatchee, think of professional, friendly customer service for all your heating and cooling needs. Alpine Air partners with Carrier, manufacturers of some of the best heating and air conditioning equipment available today. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Visit our store in Wenatchee, meet our people, see our shop. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
And now it's a sports update on the Ncwlife channel.
And a happy Monday to you. Sebastian Janikowski's 52-yard field goal as time expired was the game winner for the Seahawks Sunday, downing the Arizona Cardinals 20-17. An emotional win for Seattle, not just in the way it ended, but in what the team lost in the process. Free safety Earl Thomas suffered a fractured lower left leg in the fourth quarter, and tight end Will Dissly suffered a patella injury in the first quarter. And emotionally drained Pete Carroll met with reporters after the ball game.
Earl was extraordinarily poised on the field for what just occurred, to be so clear and so resolved to what he knew what happened, and but he was so poised and giving back to the players and all of us, and the bittersweet is so obvious that that's how we're feeling about it. So. This was about the game. This was a really interesting job for us today to play like that on offense and not convert a third down the whole day. We ran the ball for over 170 yards, which is fantastic. Mike Davis ran like crazy. He gave us a great effort today when Chris couldn't go, and Rashad helped out as well. It was the kind of style we like. That's fine for us winning that way. I know everybody wants to have these big margins and all that stuff, but that's playing offense and defense and special teams all day long and giving yourself a chance to win on the last play of the game, and we did.
Coach mentioned there, Mike Davis led the way offensively, 21 rushes for 101 yards and 2 touchdowns. Russell Wilson also surpassed Matt Hasselbeck as the winningest quarterback in Seahawks history with 75 wins. Seattle returns home Sunday to host the LA Rams at CenturyLink Field. College football. On Saturday, Gardner Minshew connected with Aesop Winston on an 84-yard touchdown pass in the closing minutes. Washington State came from behind to knock off Utah 28-24 in Pullman. Salvin Ahmed and Myles Gaskin combined for over 160 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns as Washington dispatched BYU 35-7 at Husky Stadium. Sam McPherson scored 2 of Eastern's 4 rushing touchdowns as the Eagles topped Montana State in Big Sky football 34-17. And Riley Hennessy was 31 for 49 for 436 yards and 3 touchdowns. Not enough, though. West Texas A&M spoiled Central Washington's first ever home game under the lights at Tomlinson Field, 28-26, the final. Well, the Wenatchee Wild found themselves in the middle of an early season 3-game losing streak after falling to Vernon on Friday 2-0. But the Wild bounced back against Trail on Saturday, downing the Smoke Eaters 5-2 behind 2 goals each, or make that 2 goals from Christophe Filion and 1 each by Chad Sasaki, Josh Arnold, and Christophe Tellier. Wenatchee travels to Prince George Thursday and then Chilliwack Saturday before finally getting a home game next Friday against Nanaimo. Checking the Les Schwab Prep scoreboard from the weekend in girls soccer, Chelan shut out Wapato 4-0 and Omak edged Manson 3-1. On the Les Schwab scoreboard in prep football on Friday, the game featured right here on the Ncwlife channel. The Wenatchee Panthers dominated Moses Lake 34-0 behind 3 touchdown passes and another rushing from sophomore quarterback Camden Sermon. Looking at the rest of the Friday night results, Eastmont won its homecoming game over West Valley 37-24. Cheney closed out Cascade 20-zip. Okanagan edged Chelan 14-12. Waterville Mansfield dropped its homecoming game to Pateros 44-26. And Manson topped Tonasket 25-18. Well, Nelson Cruz received a standing ovation from the crowd at Safeco Field Sunday as the Mariners finished the season with a 3-1 win over the Texas Rangers. Guillermo Heredia and Cameron Mabin each had 2 hits apiece as Seattle finished the 2018 season Olson 89 and 73. That was good enough for third in the American League West. Meanwhile, the National Central and West divisions needed one more game to determine postseason participants. Milwaukee beat Chicago 3-1 to claim the NL Central crown today. The Cubs will play the loser of this afternoon's contest between Colorado and Los Angeles. Dodgers looking to claim the NL West title and send the Rockies to that wild card game tomorrow. The American League wild card game will be Wednesday in New York with the Yankees hosting Oakland at 5 o'clock. We have soccer tomorrow at Eastmont. We have volleyball Thursday at Wenatchee. And then we're back at Wenatchee High School on Friday at the Apple Bowl for more football. That's what's coming up this week. That's Sports. I'm Eric Granstrom. Grant, back to you.
Thank you, Eric. The Wenatchee Valley College Foundation has named Rachel Evie as its interim executive director. David Davin left the position last week to take a job with Elgin Community College in Chicago. Evie has worked for the foundation for the past year as alumni relations coordinator after previously working for a community foundation in Bakersfield, California. Wenatchee Valley College President Jim Richardson said Evie has been instrumental in the recent success of the foundation, and he is confident she will keep the momentum going during the transition period to a new executive director. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-NCWL. That's 888-6295. Also, keep it right here on the NCW Life channel tomorrow morning for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley with host Dan Kuntz and News with Steve Hare. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us and have a great night.
This is TV. This is TV Set Free. TV everywhere from Localtel sets you free to watch what you want, where you want. Catch your favorite networks, including live TV, ready to watch on any web-connected device for no extra charge. That's TV Set Free. Enjoy the extra value Localtel delivers with TV everywhere. Visit localtel.net and sign up today.
Tacos Chava has something new. Customers at Tacos Chava say it's the best Mexican food around. Nachos, enchiladas, tortas, ensaladas. And introducing camarones in many styles. You'll love the fresh salsa bar with so much selection. Are you ready for Tacos Chava? Find them at two great locations, the Wenatchee Valley Mall and ENIAC. Tacos Chava, tan delicioso.
Looking for a hands-on, high-demand job? Now is the perfect time to get trained for a career in manufacturing. Washington currently has a shortage of skilled tradespeople, and retirements are making room for more. The machining program at Wenatchee Valley College is designed to give students the foundation to excel in this precision industry. Don't wait, there are only 15 spots left. A 2-year degree and a 1-year certificate are available. Learn more at wvc.edu/machining.
Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house, featuring great family dining in downtown Chelan. We've got burgers, pub fare, and the best barbecue around. Try one of our award-winning sauces made fresh here in-house. So grab the whole gang and come on down. Stormy Mountain Brewing. Beer, barbecue, friends, and beer.
The all-new Yamaha Wolverine X4 offers 4 times the proven off-road capability, 4 times the comfort, and 4 times the confidence to deliver 4 times the excitement on your next outdoor adventure.
Hey there, Wenatchee. I'm Sean Lee, and I'm inviting you to check out the NCW Movie Guide to keep up on what movies are playing in our town.